We're at the Namco Bandai booth here on the PAX show floor. I'm standing here with Kit Ellis, Associate PR Manager at Namco Bandai Games. Kit, what are you guys showing here?
Well, we're going to let the gamers get their hands on some of our biggest franchises that are coming out later this year. And here we are at the end of summer, so they're really getting a good lead time on everybody else to check out these cool games.
All right, well, let's hit it. What do we got here?
Started off with Time Crisis 4 on the PS3. First thing you notice is the new GunCon 3 controller that we have here. It's got some different stuff on it from the previous controllers. 2 analog sticks, first of all, because the game does have a first-person shooter mode in which you actually move around like you're playing a first-person game, but still aiming with a gun traditionally. It also uses these 2 sensors here, so you can it can notice movement off-screen, tilt. So there's a lot of versatility into this new controller.
All right, but bright orange, come on, dude.
Certain reasons we have to do that, you know.
All right, now what else we got here?
This is Ace Combat 6 Fires of Liberation. This will be coming out for the 360 this October. What we're showing here is just one of the stages, but it gives you a good sense of what the game's graphics are like on the 360 and some of the really large environments that we've built into the game now. It's loading up right now, but you'll see it in just a second. This stage, the team used a variety of inspirations, mostly San Francisco and Manhattan, to create a pretty interesting stage here for us. And you just look at it right away, you can see the cityscape is huge. We've got the bridge, we've got multiple fronts of battle. Look at the map, we've got different fronts raging on all around us, so we really puts us in the center of the battlefield.
Now you're using the Xbox 360 controller, but one of the cool perks that you guys announced a while back is that isn't your only control option, correct?
That's right. We will offer a limited edition version of the game that comes with a flight stick from Horty. Horty's made all our flight sticks for previous games, and this is the next incarnation of it. So for fans who really consider themselves true aces, they want to get their hands on this flight stick to play it like they're actually behind the cockpit.
Looks good. So what else we got over here?
Let's take a walk over here.
Looks like I think I see Katamari.
Yeah, we definitely got Katamari here for people to check out. This is the first Katamari game on Xbox 360 called Beautiful Katamari, and it'll be coming out this fall. And we're just going to jump into one of these levels here. Now, the objective of this level here, oh, there's the king. The objective of this level here is to roll up things that are round, like Saturn, because we're trying to rebuild Saturn. So we'll jump right into it real fast. So in addition to the main story mode that fans are familiar with, we also have a number of online modes, which you can go head-to-head and cooperatively with others. Cooperatively, it's similar to what we had in We Love Katamari on the PS2, in which you're both pushing different sides of the ball, so you've got to really have open communication, a lot of cooperative play in that mode there. So once we get this started here, so you see there's a lot of round stuff for us to get, and that is our target. And it's just the same classic Katamari gameplay that people know and love. Move with the 2 analog sticks, sort of tank-style controls, a lot of obstacles in the way, a lot of humor in the levels, stuff to check out and explore. And of course, as your Katamari gets bigger, you'll be able to roll up bigger and heavier things. So, oh.
All right, now let's check it out, Cul-de-Sac Saga. I gotta do my rave. Go ahead and tell us about this game, even though I'm a big fan already.
Cul-de-Sac Saga is coming out for the 360 early next year, and we expect this game is going to be a big hit here at Penny Arcade Expo just because it combines the best of classic board games and collectible card games as well. So you're going around a set board, and you have a deck of cards, and you can lay down monsters on different areas and collect territory. So for fans who are fans of either of those genres, this is really the game to get, and you can even play it online with up to 4 people over Xbox Live. The Cul-de-Sac Saga, the Cul-de-Sac franchise has been pretty big in Japan, and it's got a real cult following here in America, so we think this one's going to do pretty well for us.
And actually, it looks like you guys are doing some kind of a tournament, yeah?
A Cul-de-Sac tournament running all 3 days here at the show, with the winner taking home an HD TV. So people are going to put their skills to the test, build out their custom decks, and see what they're worth there.
Very cool. And over here, I think I see Gundams.
We're well equipped for the Penny Arcade Expo crowd. So we have Dynasty Warriors Gundam here. The game is actually coming out next week. We're showing it on the PlayStation 3, but it's also on the Xbox 360. Just loading up here. And for if you don't know, it combines the classic gameplay of Dynasty Warriors with the Gundam franchise. So you're going to be taking place in these massive battles in the giant mobile suits. And here we'll just choose one real fast and jump into a level. And it's a very interesting combination of franchises, but it works really well. So you can outfit your mobile suit before you jump into the stage, but let's just get right into it real fast. And the core mechanics are you're really trying to capture territory and make sure that your territory remains untouched by the enemy, and with, of course, some really ridiculous bosses on the way for you here. So there's a number of mobile suits that you can play as. You unlock a lot of them as you go along with different pilots from the Gundam franchise that fans will be familiar with as well.
Now, we're going to check over here because I see the Wii and I see Namco Museum, and you guys are actually showing off something kind of cool here, yeah?
Yeah, we have something all new showing off in this new version of Namco Museum Remix on the Wii. The game has 5 remixed games, which are basically remade versions of our older games that you can play multiplayer. And actually, we're announcing today in these remixed games that you can use your Mii characters in the multiplayer modes. Actually, in versions of, say, Rally X, you can actually put your Mii character right behind the cart and drive around with others. And in the other games where it's not so, it wouldn't make much sense to have your Mii there, they'll still show up on screen as icons to show your score and your items and such. So it's a cool thing to have, get people into the game and really having fun with multiplayer.
All right, so we're looping around over here, and as we're looking at your booth, do you want to give us some insight on how you pick the games that you're showing here?
Well, we sort of looked at the penny arcade crowd and what those people want to get. These are the core gamers, the real people who love our franchises and are dedicated to it. I'm sure we'll see a lot of Naruto cosplayers, maybe some Dot Hack cosplayers as well. So we have a lot of those games here for them today. We took right behind us here. We have Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2 for the PlayStation 2, which is coming out this September, so won't be long for fans to get their hands on it, but we want to give people a special sneak peek. What's cool about this one is you can actually play most of the game cooperatively with a friend, and the storyline is entirely new, so for the Naruto fans who really dig the series and the characters, they'll want to check out this story because you won't be able to find it anywhere else. Also on Naruto, this is sort of our Naruto corner here, we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2, which has actually been released in stores, but we want fans to come and check it out, since they're probably pretty good at it now. We got 2 players, so they can come and test their skills against each other. And then on the backside, we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes on the PSP, which is actually coming out next week as well. So we want to give people a first taste of the first Naruto game on the PSP. Play as they go.
All right. Well, before we wrap up our look at the booth, we did want to have a quick look over here. You don't actually have any Dot Hack games for show, but what Namco's been kind enough to do is they've given us a batch of these shirts to give off on the show. So check on in. Ryan's going to be giving those out soon. And here we have another game that just came out, yeah?
This is Tales of the World Radiant Mythology for the PSP. It's been out for a little while now, a few weeks. But for people who haven't had a chance to check it out, this is a role-playing game with the classic Tales series, action combat system, real-time, and a really cool story. And actually, it combines a lot of characters from the Tales series of past. So if you've kept up with the series, you're going to have a lot of familiar faces in there, and you can build out your team with them. So it's a cool touch for the fans.
Now we're going to be ending our tour right over here at the Eternal Sonata kiosk, and that is just about out. So tell us about this really gorgeous and little quirky game.
Eternal Sonata is coming out in less than a month actually now for the Xbox 360 exclusively. It's going to be one of the premier Japanese developed role-playing games on the system, we feel. The storyline of this one is pretty different. It follows the life of the old music composer Frédéric Chopin in his final hours of life. Before he passes away, he drifts off into this dream world where he's confronted with these characters, and he goes on a quest. And the battle system is a combination of real-time and turn-based, and it actually uses some cool mechanics with the light and darkness. If you see patches of shade, if you go over there, it'll actually change the different attacks you do, and enemies will actually power up or become weaker depending on where they stand. So there's a lot of variety in here, and actually in the battles, up to 3 players can play together in multiplayer. So even though it's a bit of turn-based there, getting 3 people on it together adds a bit more fun to it.
Sweet. Well, thank you, Kit. Now, if folks are really kind of fiending for some Eternal Sonata fix, it's actually available as a demo on Xbox Live right now. Full game coming out soon. Thank you, sir. And that's it from the Namco Bandai booth here at PAX. We're going to head back to the show and see all kinds of cool stuff.